So Dr. Chris, can you explain the science behind why people are getting old, fat and sick?
Not a problem, Jeff. When you look at natural animal production systems anywhere in the world, you've got these things happening. You've got aerated soils full of life, you've got plants that are high nutrient density and well mineralised, and you've got animals that go right through to their physiological age limit and do not get chronic disease. When you look at the human situation in Western agriculture, you've got sterile, non-aerated soils that are virtually dirt. You've got plant material growing in them which is not fit for human consumption. It hasn't got complex sugars. It's very low in mineralisation. The people who eat those plants get chronic disease as they get older. And so people today are getting old, fat and sick. And there is a very good reason why they are. Because the most important part of the human body is the stem cell. The stem cell is like the queen bee, and for example, if you take one particular organ like the liver, you might have 100 queen bees in it or 100 stem cells, and each one is responsible for a niche area of the liver, and those stem cells produce daughter cells, which are like the drones. They do the day-to-day activity, and because they are being insulted very quickly, their telomeres, which are the caps on the end of their chromosomes, get eroded very quickly. So what you're probably asking, what's a telomere, Jeff?
Yeah, what's the telomere?
Okay, telomere is a cap, much like the cap on the end of this shoelace, and the cap protects the hereditary material of a chromosome, which of course when a cell divides and produces a daughter, it's got to transfer that hereditary material intact. If it doesn't transfer it intact, you get all sorts of repercussions. Now, the beauty about this is that the queen bees, or the stem cells, have an enzyme called telomerase, which slows the erosion of the telomeres down, and that's why the queen bees live as long as they do. That is also the reason why the drone cells die off in a matter of days, weeks or months, depending on what the organ is, because there's nothing to stop the telomeres dropping down in size. When they get down to 5,000 bases, they kill themselves basically. So our whole aim is to protect our queen bee cells, our stem cells in our different organs, whether it be the liver or the bone or the spleen or the kidney or the brain or the heart. And with all this insult that people put on themselves, what the guys have done as a result of the Nobel Prize in 2009, Jeff, is they've produced a nutraceutical, which is a combination of 30 herbs, totally plant-based, that is called a telomerase activator, and that assists the queen bees in something they're already doing, which is slowing down the rate at which the telomeres get shorter. Now, you might say, well, so what? Where's the good news in that? Well, the good news in that is there is one of the two telomerase activators that are available in the world today. It's called Product B. It's a combination of 30 herbs. It's just been registered by the TGA in Australia for resale via naturopaths and doctors.
What's the TGA?
TGA is Therapeutic Goods and Administration. Right, so it's got the tick of approval. If you go to the TGA website, you'll be amazed at what they say about the contents of this. So next time we meet, we'll go a little bit more in depth.
Thank you, Dr. Chris.